50 feet here, 50 feet there things. Like if you fuck up and you're 50 feet in front of that and you think you can get away.
I've had multiple ocean scares now. Like the ones where you're like
crying on the beach.
Well, no, just why. That like in the moment, I keep telling myself, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. You know? Oh. And one I remember was in Hawaii where we rented a Jeep and we were like, we want to go see something, you know? So they tell you, oh, take this road. And it takes you to this single road that goes up where there used to be volcanoes, and we come up on this beach, and they had mentioned the beach but not really too much about it. And so when we parked, I was like, I love the ocean water, I'm gonna get in the ocean, you know? So I get in the ocean, and I remember that going in, the beach into the water was a decline, right? So like you go down, and I was just like knee deep in there and I was like, man, this current is pulling back hard, like really hard. And I kind of take like a step back, and I feel myself going further down a decline into the ocean, right? And when I decide to get out, I have to really push hard, like all legs, like boom, boom, like run, like you're running up a hill to get out. And I was like, that was fucking...
If a wave hit you there,
that was kind of
there was a guy who was a WWE wrestler.
They tell me though when I get back to the hotel, I go, yeah, we took. I go that beach that was a little scary. They go, did you get in the water? And I go, yeah. And they go, oh, you can't get in that water. Like you'll drown in that water. Did you notice there was nobody swimming there? And I go, yeah, I noticed.
I thought it was
but I thought I found a fucking
oasis.
You know. And
they don't tell you.
They didn't tell me. They're like, do not swim in that water. They're like, you can't swim out of that. If you would if you had swam 10 feet in, they're like, you're just gone.
Oh my God.
And like the panic you feel, especially in retrospect, because you remember the feeling of being like, I think I'm stuck here. You know, I think I'm stuck right now.
Fitzsimmons saved a lady in Thailand.
Really?
What?
Yeah, someone was drowning, and Fitzsimmons swam out and saved them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thailand. Somewhere crazy like that. Yeah, he was on vacation. I might have made up Thailand.
It doesn't sound like a place Fitzsimmons would go.
Thailand. No, he would go. He's a world traveler.
No, he's a Hawaii guy. He surfs in Hawaii.
Wherever it was. What? Fitzsimmons went in the ocean and saved a lady.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw my dad save a lady.
That's a scary
thing. In a resort. It was at the bottom of the pool. She was just laying at the bottom of the pool.
Oh my God.
When I was like 9 years old, it was like father, son. He took me to this resort, and there's a slide. You ever go on a slide where the water that comes off the slide, that like, so in other words, like when you hit the water, it's like high impact. You're like, holy shit. Yeah. And it pushes you down. I'm 9 years old, so this is many years ago. And I remember like, I could swim. I was on a swim team like as a little kid, but I remember being like, fuck, that is powerful. Like it pushes you down, right? And you just swim up, and people are, you know, at the resort, and then look down, and my dad swims to the bottom of the pool and pulls up this lifeless body, and then they do CPR, and she came back.
Whoa,
shut up.
Shit.
Yeah. And they would write letters to our house for years.
Shit.
Really? She was 19.
Oh my God.
She wasn't a little kid.
Did you see the guy?
Oh my God.
The snowboarder upside down when the random skier comes by?
Yes.
Just sees a snowboard sticking this far out of the snow.
Yeah.
Is this the one
2
where
feet?
And the guy was buried under the snow.
He goes, what the fuck? He stops. Goes
he
up
saved
there.
the guy's life randomly.
Is this separate? Have you seen the footage where the guy's wearing the GoPro?
I've seen that.
Right? Yeah. And then he's like,
falls
fuck,
into the ditch.
into like a hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is visceral, that feeling.
Oh my
You're like,
God.
And then he's just like, we'll see what happens.
Obviously, he got out because there's footage.
Yeah.
But when you're watching that, you're like, oh my God, you could just fall in there forever. And apparently, that's something that happens.
Tree wells?
That's something that happens. So this guy just falls, and then watch this.
bro.
What?
I know Bert's feeling this.
No, I've had
Dude.
a couple experiences like this.
He manages to stop himself.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How the fuck do you get out of that?
How the fuck do you get out of that?
Fuck the skis.
How did he get out of that?
It's over, Joe.
But no, he's
No,
out.
They had to. I think I've read about this. They had to get search and rescue. He had to hang out down there for a while. Search and rescue had to come up and.
Holy
I'm thinking
shit!
of getting
He's
one of those
so
GPS
lucky.
trackers.
And do you
for
see
sure.
though?
So-
He's
how
so lucky that he
kept-
stopped right there.
But the way he right here, he's not flailing. He's
Yeah.
like putting his arm and his ski out to try to like. So this guy was able to keep some composure as this was happening, which
would've
is like
bombed it.
kind of the craziest part.
oh my God! So this is the snowboarder that's buried upside down. So this guy just sees that little blue piece,
Bro.
just
This
randomly.
happened to me.
Skied right over him.
Yeah, he easily could have missed that.
Yeah, could have gone
Dude.
the other way.
There's not much blue.
Soft snow, he's in a tree well is what it is.
Yeah.
So the tree wells, it's really soft snow. So if you get stuck in a tree well, you are fucking dead. A lot of people die in tree wells.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting one of those GPS things.
So when we went snowboarding in Matterhorn, heli skiing, and the guy put a beacon on us. And the first thing he said, he puts a beacon, it's like 4 feet of powder. And he says, this is so we can find the body. And I was like, what? He's like, you might fall into a crevasse or an avalanche, so we put the beacon on to find the body.
Whoa.
That feeling, this happened to me, that feeling is terrifying.
This guy's like, thank you.
Good. We'll get you out of here in a sec, okay?
He was
The panic.
He knew he was
I'm
dead,
feeling
too.
panic watching
The
this.
panic.
was
So what
dead.
happens is, like what happened to me and when we were heli skiing, is I fell face forward in powder. I'd never snowboarding in powder. 4 feet of powder is very different than snowboarding. It's like you have to have your bindings reset. You have to really know how to ride the powder, and I could not turn right. And the guy told me, he's like, don't go within 5 feet of my tracks. Stay within my tracks. So the whole time, I can only turn left because at the time I really wasn't that good of a snowboarder, but I could snowboard, but not in powder. And so he's going like this, and all I can do is go left, and I'm just going off the track.
Oh no.
And I'm fucking panicking. But by the way, we're at like 13,000 feet, 14,000 feet. It's very little oxygen. I'm gassed. I'm fat. I'm hungover. It's the day after the national championship that we went to. So we'd eaten edibles. It was like
the day after that?
It was the day after that. I flew to Switzerland and immediately landed and went heli skiing.
I don't remember that.
And so no. When we went to Florida State versus Alabama.
Oh, 2013.
Yeah, 2013. So all of a sudden I go to cut right, and I catch my nose, and I fucking go face first in the snow. And at first I'm like, fine. I push my arms in, and they just do not touch anything. It just goes like this. And now snow's impacted on my face, so I can't really breathe. And I'm first of all, I deal with panic, but panic kicks in immediately, and I'm like, this is why I have the fucking beacon on. And so I try to clear the snow out of my face, but I'm like pulling all the muscles in my back, trying to turn over. And then the guy just comes up behind me, grabs me on the back, flips me over, and he goes, you should see your sound guy. My sound guy's upside down, skis kicking, upside down in the snow. And we just got the fuck out. We got on a helicopter and got the fuck out. I was like, this isn't safe.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that nonsense. Did I tell you about my last ski experience? I only used to ski with my family.
This resonates every time I go skiing because you go, it's not worth it.
He always says that.
He always says
this
it
is-
every time I go skiing.
When I would go skiing because they wanted to go skiing, and I would be like, this is fun. It's good for kids to learn early because they're really good at it, and my wife likes it. But I would be like, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, didn't get hurt. Back up. Don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, didn't get hurt. Good. So all I'm doing is mitigating risk the entire time I'm skiing.
Sure.
Because I've had fucking 3 knee operations. I really know what it's like to blow your shit apart. And they're like naive to how vulnerable your knees are. And kids are fucking rubber. They just fucking bounce off rocks and they're fine. They fall down. They only weigh 80 pounds. They fall down, they get right back up.
Right back up.
But so this last time, I was going around this turn, and this lady didn't know how to ski, and it looked like she was just a fresh beginner. And she was like doing the pizza thing, but she was sliding right into the trail. Oh. And it's a narrow trail, and I'm like, I have 2 options. I'm wiping this lady out, or I'm gonna catastrophically fall down. I went with option 2, and I fucking tried to slide around this lady, and my skis went up in the air, and I banged the back of my head hard.
Oh, fuck.
And I fractured my leg.
Helmet on? Helmet on?
Yeah, it's called an insufficiency fracture. It's a fracture at the top of the fibula, or the tibia rather, where the tibia like touches the cartilage. I had a fracture, and I was 100% concussed.
Wow.
Because I got
helmet on.
Excuse me?
Helmet.
Yeah, helmet on.
yeah.
But it didn't matter. It was hard snow, head first. Bam. And I remember thinking, like, wow, that was a big one. I remember thinking that, like, when I got hit, I was like, that's a big one. And I got on the ski lift afterwards, and I just miscalculated. Like, I wasn't coordinated, and I fell down, and I couldn't get up.
What?
Like, I couldn't get up without help. The lady had to help me get up. She had to reach out and grab my hand
because
and
of the
help
concussion.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%. So I'm just dizzy. I'm off.
How long ago is this?
A couple years ago.
It was more
Three?
than that.
No,
It
it
was more than
that.
that.
It was pre-pandemic.
Joe, I think about this every
No.
time I go fucking snowboarding.
I think it was 3 years ago. No, I think it was 3 years ago.
After pandemic?
Yeah, I think it was during pandemic.
I-
it was
I
when
thought it
people
was
started
before.
It was
skiing
before.
again.
It was definitely before.
I don't think so, man.
Joe, this story resonates.
Maybe
That's the
4
last time
years.
you went to
At the
ski.
most, it's 4 years old. But I was
2019.
like,
When did
that's
we go?
just too. And then Shane Dorian tore his fucking knee apart. World champion, big wave surfer, tears his knee apart snowboarding. Just slammed into a tree and.
That's why you got to ski, folks.
Oh, hey, hang on. You want to hear a story about old
I
fuckface
just told you
McGee?
I was skiing. I
No.
was skiing. I gotta.
You don't like snowboarding?
Oh no.
I
Let me
tried.
tell. Let
Can't
me
get
share
there.
the story of skiing with Ari Shafir. So first of all, Ari gets this app that tracks how fast you're going. So the entire ski trip is based on how fast
O'Neill
can you
had
get. And Ari's like, I think I got up to 70. I bet I can break 75. I bet I can get
Broke the
75.
sound barrier.
Christ.
So
You're
I'm
going 75 miles an hour on a skis.
It's trying to.
yeah. So we go our last run in. It's a blue.
Park City.
And Ari is absolutely reckless, off trail.
Well, because
fucking-
O'Neill's better than me. I was like, let's race. And I'm like, go. And I just got the 1 second head start.
So we got Sean Patton, Mark Normand, O'Neill,
Fat,
Renazizi.
gay, loser.
Yeah. And all we're doing is skiing to a bar, okay? We're all going to go get drunk and ski to a bar. And I just hear Ari, fucking basketball. He dresses like a fucking 13-year-old. Basketball jersey. He's got the Viking horn helmet on, like a fucking lunatic. This isn't. Is this?
That's my Mavs.
That's
my
Ari.
That's my Mavs jersey though. And look, I got my sweatpants over the.
And so
I'm a damn fool.
Ari's, we're at the top of the mountain. He's like, let's see how fast we can go before we get to the bar. And I was like, I'm on a snowboard. The fastest I'm getting is 37 miles per hour. That's the fastest I'm going. And I'm terrified because I hear you in my head going, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Because he'd already stopped.
Ari decides to break the sound barrier, pins his feet together, and like a goddamn bullet starts fucking flying. Literally feet in front of the bar, wipes out, and breaks his wrist.
Some snowboarder turned back too fast. He was making nice wide
you
loops.
broke your wrist doing that?
And then he like made a sharp one, flew, demolished it.
He had to get
Shattered it.
reconstructed.
Yeah, there's a pin in there.
Really?
Yeah.
And all
mean,
I
I
heard
flew.
was Joe Rogan, it's not worth it. We killed
How fast were you
Beers.
going?
I was going pretty fast. I was winning. I thought O'Neill was right behind me. He had stopped immediately.
You have to think about it this way. For this momentary thrill of adrenaline and excitement, you potentially risk a life of catastrophic injury.
That's every time I come on this podcast.
I
never
get
stop.
it. Look, I get it because life is finite. I get it. You want to live and experience everything you want. But I believe you should mitigate risk. And I believe people
You
are
seek out
drawn
dangerous
to excite-
animals.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I mitigate risk. And the risk of skiing to me is like that one is like there's too many variables.
What do you think's the most dangerous
zipping
activity
around?
you do?
Well, when I'm training, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu right now, but that's for sure the most
Because
other
of
than
potential
driving
damage.
a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Driving
you're
car.
practicing strangling each other.
Yeah.
And you're doing it with people who are really good at strangling people.
Yeah.
I love skiing so much.
Grabbing your legs and yanking.